Hello, hello! My name is Kallista, and welcome back to the Blackwell Epiphany. In the last episode, so many things happened. I'm not really too sure where to begin. A guy got shot, literally in front of Rosa. His ghost then crawled its way out of his corpse and started saying that he was looking for the bestower, and that's Rosa's title, so he was looking for us. And then his ghost soul, whatever you want to call it, got ripped in two by forces unseen. It was very weird. And currently we are playing as the woman formerly known as the Countess, Jocelyn. We finally learned her name, and her spirit guide, Madeline, back in 1937. And I mentioned this right at the end, Mallone's Tailoring. We're gonna be dealing with Joey. I'm so excited. Let's see, what do we have?
A tailor shop. Looks like it's been shut down for a while.
Okay, so they're being kind of coy. I don't know why. M-A-L-L, a gap, E. How many things can that spell? I have basic English pretty down pat. I know what that says.
It's covered with gunk. I can't see through it.
Got it.
It's boarded up. No getting through there.
Okay, well, can you open it?
What do you know? Locked.
Actually, before I switch characters...
Does she have to stare like that? Drives me batty.
Oh, that's interesting. So, at the end of the last episode, something I kind of noted but didn't really talk about was that these two don't seem to get along. And I found that very surprising because in Unbound, once we got the Countess talking about her spirit guide, she was like, "Oh, the true guide. Oh, I miss her voice. It's been so long since I've heard her." And when they met up again in Convergence, the Countess was just like, my guide, I've missed you. Oh, like she was so happy. She was kind of obsessed with Madeline. And so I find it very interesting that as a young woman, Jocelyn didn't seem to like Madeline. She kind of is like, "Oh, I'm over it. I can't really be asked being here." I find that so interesting. What do you have to say about Jocelyn?
My host, Jocelyn Countess.
Oh.
I have been her guide for 2 months.
Countess, the Countess. She couldn't remember her full name. She could only remember her surname, kind of. Oh, I love getting answers. I love getting them so much. They've only been doing this for 2 months. Oh, I don't know where in the immediate, I know where this plot point is going, but in terms of the entire game, I don't know where this plot point is going.
If you could just wait here, my host.
Uh-huh. It's not like I got anything else to do.
Hello? Is anyone about? I am a friend.
Nobody's there? Can we go? Zeus is playing tonight. If we hurry, we can catch him.
Patience, my host. I sense a lost spirit here. We cannot leave our duty unfinished.
And again, at the end of Convergence, the Countess told Rosa, "Live your life, helping lost spirits. Do not waver in your duty. Do it, until your day's end and all of that, and be happy while you're doing it." And here we see the Countess as a young woman saying like, "Oh, can we go? You're not seeing anyone. There's a gig that we can go to." Oh, I'm loving this.
A quiet night, despite the rain.
Okay.
It appears to be a coat of some kind. It has been a long time since I have seen my reflection. So garish. Some clothing items.
Oh, bullet holes. Ew, that does not sound good.
I believe these were caused by a pistol. The notice reads, "Please ring bell for service."
Okay, and I mean, obviously Madeline can't ring the bell because, she's a ghost.
A door leading to a back area.
Want to go through?
The room contains a few machines and piles of cloth. There is nothing else worth reporting.
Got it, okay. So we need to get Jocelyn in to ring the bell. Is there anything else? What was that? That was leave. No, we can't leave. Aha!
I cannot touch it.
Whoops. But you can. Now then, if you would be so kind.
My host. My host.
Sorry, you say something?
Certainly nothing that matters any longer.
Oh god, yeah, there's a certain level of venom when these two ladies talk to each other that it does not bode well. I actually said this at the end of... It was either at the end of Convergence or the end of Deception. I can't remember which, but basically Madeline said, "My host banished me to the beyond." It would have been Deception. Yeah, my host banished me. And at the time I said I did not believe that. Just because of how devoted the Countess seemed. However, seeing them... Well, the Countess as a young woman, Madeline just as she always has been. Seeing them now, I am starting to believe that maybe Jocelyn was maybe being intentional when she banished Madeline. Like, she was just like, nah, I can't be arsed with this, and left her there.
I have no idea how that got there, and nobody can prove otherwise. A jacket from 2 seasons ago. I guess this place has been closed for a while. Ugh, stupid rain. I look horrible.
No, you don't, love. You look fine.
Huh. Some kind of band. Danny and Linda Marconi? Never heard of them.
Oh, Joey, what a good friend he's got. His like best friend and his Mrs.'s band poster up in his store. Good on Joey.
They're all from last season.
So Joey died a while ago. I'm assuming this is Joey. This has to be Joey.
It's just a bell.
Well, ring it.
Danny? Danny, someone's out front. Danny, where the hell are you? Sorry for the wait, ladies. My assistant seems to be out. What can I do for you?
Oh, I don't like hearing his voice through the ghost filter. That ain't right.
How long are you gonna stare at that thing? It's getting dark.
Just one more. It has to be here.
What are you doing anyway?
A man was murdered last night in the middle of a major blizzard.
Believe me, I remember.
Right. So how come nobody else has?
Eh?
I've been checking on every local news website all day. There's not a single mention of it. I called the police myself. We know they know about it. They must have suppressed the news, but why?
I'm sure the cops got their reasons, and they can keep them. I don't care who plugged the guy. I only care about what happened after.
I know. So, the victim didn't have any identification on him. I was hoping a news report would give us his name, but it looks like we're on our own.
Well, something familiar at least. Let's go talk to our pet cop. Maybe he knows something.
So, if Jocelyn and Madeline tried to help Joey pass on, why didn't Joey remember them? I can understand why he wouldn't remember the Countess, because Jocelyn and the Countess look and act very different from one another, but why didn't he remember Madeline? Madeline hasn't changed. She can't change. Also, I dislike the fact that we have a a new angle on Rosa's apartment. This does not feel right. I could just head straight out, or I could take another trip down memory lane, which is what I'm gonna do.
My parents' wedding. It's the only picture I have of them. They look so young.
To be fair, they were very young when they died.
Auntie Lauren and me. This was just before all the troubles began.
Oh, I think I've said this before. Lauren's face speaks volumes. It's, the eyes. That is the face of someone who's just like, keep it together. Just gotta keep it together. Like, that is that face. It's not a good face.
It's the intercom to the lobby. If anyone buzzes up, I can talk to them from here. The last article I ever wrote, and the first ghost I ever saved.
Let's have a read. Freshman suicide at NYU campus by Rosangela Blackwell. Joanne Sherman was an 18-year-old freshman student studying political science at NYU. Her son's suicide this morning has many school authorities asking why. She always had friends around her, R.A. Adrian Tucker said. Her suicide came as a total surprise. Sherman left with her two friends. I still love that. Adrian, who was completely like, please don't use my name. Please don't use my name. And Rosa was just like, yeah, sure, of course I won't use his full name and his title. Oh, Rosa.
I stopped updating this calendar around the time Joey came into my life. There's probably a connection there.
Yeah, and it's a sad one.
I bought that clock at a tag sale years ago. It doesn't work, but for some reason I can't get rid of it. Some articles I wrote for the Village Eye newspaper. I hated working there and the paper's been dead for years, but for some reason I can't take them down. My old computer. I don't use it much since I got my phone. There's nothing in there. I go through much less paper since I gave up writing.
No.
I miss it sometimes, but I just can't seem to find the time anymore.
God damn it, Rosa. I've said this before too. I don't want Rosa to give up on her hobbies and her passions because Lauren did that. Lauren gave up on everything so that she could hang about with Joey and deal with lost spirits. And it made her miserable. It made her completely depressed. And I don't want to see Rosa going down that same path. That's why in previous games I've tried to prioritize her social life and seeing people and all of that. Oh God.
Books on notable New Yorkers, all deceased. Never hurts to be prepared.
Oh God, don't word it like that.
My bedroom's an oversized closet, but it's mine. Auntie Lauren gave that bear to me when I was a kid. His name is Griff, the PI bear, although he's more the geriatric bear these days.
Oh, we all love Griff. Griff is a good bear. He does his job well.
Books on boat maintenance and navigation. I'm not making that mistake again.
Yeah, we don't want to end up in New Jersey again.
This article is about the Meltzer Foundation. I suppose they did some good in the end, but the death toll was too high.
Oh, we never got to read this article in the last game. Okay. What happened to the Meltzer Foundation? What? I can't tell if that's an N or a U. Oh, what is... It's a U. It's a U. So, Reuters reports that the Meltzer Foundation has closed its doors. The foundation was only recently the talk of the VC circuit. With their uncanny ability to pick winner after winner, it appeared they had the Midas touch. Through their efforts, they launched several careers in the arts, film, and science fields. The reasons behind the closure remain a mystery, as neither Paul Meltzer nor his co-founder and brother Charles could be reached for comment. And there's a picture of Paul.
It's a picture of me and a former coworker of mine. Jeremy was a friend, kind of. I never did get to know him well. Not when he was alive, anyway.
Aww, I do love how at the beginning of every game we've been able to go on a little trip down memory lane. I really like that.
Grandmother Patricia, my dad, and Auntie Lauren. I never met my grandmother. I don't think she was ever prepared for, well, this.
That's another face that screams, I'm trying to hold this together and failing. You know, that's a thing. The game has never told us why Auntie Lauren went crazy. I've only just remembered that, you know, thinking about it. They said that she stopped listening to Joey to raise Rosa. She stopped trying to help the lost ghosts. I guess that's a reason? Something like that. Okay. Fair dues game. Fair dues.
It's a poster for the film Water Under the Bridge. It starred Frank Lyons.
I hope he's okay. Let me go for this first.
This man's name is Danny Marconi. I only met him briefly, as a very old man.
He's cutting cloth. I wondered what this was a picture of. He's cutting cloth. His wife is maybe doing a bit of sewing, and that does say Mallone. They're probably hat boxes or something. And that's Mallone Fine Tailoring. Okay. I didn't realize that it was backwards. I have feelings. I have feelings right now. Anything else? Coffee
I've had
mug?
it for years and it's only slightly coffee stained.
Good work.
That dog leash used to belong to my neighbor Nishanti. She gave it to me as a souvenir of how we met.
If Moti is dead, I am gonna go ballistic. And you need to know that, game. I will go ballistic. Maybe Nishanti moved away. Maybe she moved away and Moti is fine and he's with her and she gave us the dog leash because she's going somewhere where there are no leash laws. That's what I'm going with. Until the game tells me otherwise, that is what I'm going with.
It's a Gold Tech mug.
Gold Tech was one of the firms that the Meltzer Foundation started.
These were Auntie Lauren's favorite brand. I don't remember much from back then, but the smell reminds me of her.
Aww.
The seagull statue used to belong to Lisa Tenzin.
And how the fuck did you get it, Rosa? As you were fleeing an apartment with 2 corpses in it, you were like, hold up, let me steal a statue. That ain't right.
I snuck this bottle out of a hospital room for a college kid named Susan Lee.
Oh.
These art tools belong to Claude Erdin. Everyone thinks he killed himself, but at least I know otherwise. My old notepad. I went through dozens of these before I upgraded to this phone. It's a portrait of Joe Gould. It used to hang in the Minetta Tavern.
Okay, wait, how did you get it? Were they selling it? Rosa, tell me you're not stealing things. Tell me you're not stealing things.
For months I expected the police to come breaking down my door, but it's been a year and nothing.
Okay. Midtown double homicide still unsolved. What was noted philanthropist and charity worker Gavin Chord doing at the home of Lisa Tenzin? Noted psychic and conwoman. This is the question police have been asking themselves ever since they were both found dead inside Tenzin's home 6 months ago. Police investigations are continuing, but they ask that anyone with further information please contact the Midtown South Precinct. Gavin Chord and Lisa Tenzin. Chord? Okay. Wasn't expecting Gavin to get a surname, and our old couch that is still old and shitty. I love it.
Still Joey, still following me around.
Anything to say?
Joey, I'd like to talk to you.
You rang.
Plan your next move. I'm still assuming that is a hint system, so I'm all right. Actually, now that a day has passed, okay, I just want to check Rosa's inbox every so often because she did get new emails as the game progressed last time.
Thank God the coffee stands are still open. I think I'm really going to need them.
It's your dime, sweetheart.
We can't even check on Nishanti. Oh, no, that makes me sad.
Oh, it's you. Had a feeling you'd swing by.
It's just a police car. There's nobody inside. Sam Durkin. I helped him with a case of his about a year ago, and then he helped me with one of mine.
Really?
We've been paying each other back ever since.
I find that interesting. The entrance. Let's speak to him first.
Detective?
Uh-huh.
Mary Meehan, can we talk inside? I caught the evening news today. Leaving. Let's just go through them.
You found a Jane Doe at the Carth house, right?
Yeah, what about it?
Her name was Mary Meehan. She was an actress with the Gotham Collective Theater Company.
You sure about that?
Yes.
I won't ask how you know that, but we'll check out that name and see if you're right. At the very least, we can locate the family and tell them what happened. Thanks. I guess we owe you another one.
Can we talk inside? It's freezing out here.
Can't smoke inside, thanks to our friend the mayor.
So you couldn't maybe, I don't know, not smoke for a while? Right. I caught the evening news today. There wasn't one mention of the murdered man in Chelsea.
That program hasn't been the same since they replaced that blonde anchor woman.
Nobody else talked about it either. Not online, not any other news program, nobody. You must have suppressed the news. Why?
Because we're the cops, that's why. Look, before we take this any further, why are you so interested in this one? What makes this murder more important than any other?
He was looking for me. I'm a suspect. He was killed right in front of me. You're the one who sent me there. Ooh. This one just seems kind of weird, like you're looking for conspiracies where there probably aren't conspiracies. Why would the police send a lady to a location to watch a guy be killed? That doesn't make much sense. I think this one is the one I'm going to go for. He was looking for me will just create more questions, if you get what I mean. Oh, he was looking for me. Well, how do you know that? Because he told me. I thought you said he got shot as he was coming up behind you, and our coroner's report says he would have died instantaneously. How did he tell you that he was looking for you? And then we'll be kind of stumped. I'm not saying that. That's stupid.
He was killed right in front of me.
And what, suddenly this makes it personal?
Well, kinda. It might have something to do with me.
Uh-huh. And why is that? Why is this murder so important?
Rosa, you never say to a police officer that murder might have something to do with me. That's how you end up in prison. The game is letting me carry on without picking these, so I'm inclined to go with this. Like I said, this just seems foolish. You never say that you're a suspect in a murder inquiry, and this is going to cause questions.
You've trusted me before. Why can't you trust me again?
Trust has nothing to do with it. Look, I don't know what your deal is. I've never asked, and frankly, I don't want to know. But I do know that you've helped me clear a few cases. And once in a while, in return, I answer some of your questions. That's fine. Quid pro quo. It's not in the rule book, but it's how we get things done. But this case, it goes way up. We can't bring in anyone from outside. Not without a good reason. So give me one. Why is this murder so important?
Oh. I have a sinking feeling in the pit of my stomach that maybe the reason why the police have suppressed the media is because the guy that was shot was also a cop. Like, maybe he was an undercover cop and he was doing something a little bit dodgy, hence why the police would be like, let's just shush this up. No one speak about this ever again. Yeah, I'm just gonna continue with this.
I couldn't begin to explain it. It's more than just a murder, more horrible than just a killing.
Uh-huh. Any details on what that could be?
It needs to be stopped. That's all.
Sorry. I know we got an arrangement, but my hands are tied.
Fine, if that's the way it is.
For what it's worth, it's nothing personal. You got other questions, I'm here. Just don't ask about this case. You get me?
Yeah, I get you.
Okay, do we have anything else to ask him?
Detective?
Uh-huh.
The murdered man and Grace. Will he tell us anything? Anything at all?
Could you tell me the victim's name at least?
I told you, no.
Okay.
Does the name Grace mean anything to you?
Nah, sorry.
Got it. Okay.
Well, see you around.
Uh-huh.
So I'm assuming he's gonna prevent us from going in.
You really don't want to go in there.
Oh, really?
Look, you and I have an arrangement. I have to keep it quiet, but it works. You go in there and start bugging my colleagues, it'll come back to bite both our asses. And neither of us wants that.
Okay, fine.
Fair dues, but Joey?
Keep our friend busy. I'm gonna sniff around.
Not that I don't appreciate the company, but why the heck?
Durkin, this is your chance! Flirt with her! Flirt with her, man!
I was just
A water cooler in
admiring
case the
brickwork.
scorching hot weather gets too much for you.
The brickwork.
Sure.
Ooh.
It says authorized personnel only beyond this point. Fortunately, I think that only applies to living people.
I got
How lucky.
Just a cop manning the front desk.
Low-rise
At the
bonding,
bottom are the
very
words
typical
Alex
of the
Silva, Commissioner.
whatever.
We heard from her, I believe, at the end of, Deception. She said, oh, we'll never rest until we find the killer.
Looks like some kind of duty roster. Nothing relevant.
Got it.
A modern gizmo. Probably some kind of phone. It usually is.
Isn't that what you're doing?
Okay.
It leads to the rest of the station.
Let's head on in.
The cop station. What's your excuse?
This music is kind of G'ing me up. I'm like, we need to hurry.
According to the nameplate, this desk belongs to someone named Piero. I have no idea who that could be.
Leah Piero was the one who led the raid on the Carth house.
I'm not going to investigate every desk I see.
Come
I
on.
don't even know who this Piero person is.
Fair dues. What was that?
The name on this nameplate says Disher. I have no idea who that could be.
Okay.
According to the nameplate, I have no idea.
Okay.
Aha! There's our guy. His name is George Austin, according to this note. Looks like he lived on the Upper West Side.
George Austin, age 52, 87 West, 96th Street. Do not talk to the press.
That's definitely the spook we saw. According to this note, his name is George Austin.
Yeah, that rubs me the wrong way.
The plaque on the door reads Interrogation Room A.
Anything through that?
Just a small interrogation room. It's empty.
And
Plaque on the door says Interrogation Room B.
anything in here?
Just a small interrogation room. It's empty.
And because I'm a completionist,
That elevator should go to the rest of the police station. Just as I thought, it's an elevator shaft.
okay, let's go back out and save Rosa. Save her from awkwardness.
I'm, waiting for a cab.
Your cab has arrived. Let's head out. George Austin. Ooh.
This is some lobby. Careful you don't break anything, we'll be in hock for life. Well, your life anyway, not mine.
Look at this place. Damn.
How did they change the bulbs on that thing?
With ladders.
That vase looks more expensive than everything in my apartment put together.
It's gotta be like white marble with like a gold inlay. Damn.
He's watching my every move. I don't recognize the artist, but it looks peaceful enough.
Sir?
Hi.
Yes, miss?
I'm looking for George Austin. Is he in?
No, he's not. Sorry.
Is there any way I can look inside George's apartment? It's really important.
Sorry. Unless you've been authorized, I can't let you in.
Do you know where George Austin is?
I really couldn't say. Sorry.
This guy doesn't seem to be aware that he's deceased.
Can you tell me anything about George?
I really couldn't, sorry. If you want to know him, you should ask him yourself.
Yeah, news hasn't gone back here yet.
Does the name Grace mean anything to you?
Sorry. Nobody named Grace lives here.
Okay. Can we... Oh, no, I don't like the fact that he's watching me. That creeps me out a bit. No, let's just stand over here. Joey, you can go on through, though. Ooh, what is this?
Looks like it's full of old clothes.
Okay. Holiday clothing drive. It's cold this winter. Please leave your old clothes in the box below for people less fortunate than you. Let me just stop my timer because it's almost at the end. George Austin, apartment 12A. Okay. So, we know which apartment he lived in. We've just got to get this guy to move. Can we actually ask him about the clothing drive?
He's watching my every move. Hi.
Yes, miss?
Yeah, the clothing drive.
I, heard that George Austin was having a clothing drive here.
Oh, yes. George does it every year. He brings the box to Grace himself.
Pardon?
Can you tell me anything else about the clothing drive?
No. But if you have any old clothes, feel free to give them to me. I'll put them in the box.
Better not. If you did that, you wouldn't have any clothes left.
Joey!
Are you sure you
whoops.
can't tell me anything about George?
No. We can't talk about our residents, I'm sorry.
That was a misclip. You said you didn't know any Grace.
You said that George takes the clothes to Grace.
Yes, he does. He has an attachment to the place, even though we've got a fine church in this area.
Church? So by Grace you meant Grace Church?
Yeah, the one downtown. What did you think I meant?
Nothing. Never mind. Thanks.
Sure.
Okay, that's... What was it he said? Even Grace isn't safe? Something like that. I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch that. So what he was saying was that Grace Church wasn't safe. Okay. And well, as I said, I am out of time for this episode. In the next one, we will go down to Grace Church. But until then, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below. And if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Kallista. Thanks for watching and see you in the next episode.